Hi everyone, it's Anna from the Goldsboro Library, and I'm here with a special friend today, and we're going to talk about butterflies. So we're outside in our garden at the Goldsboro Library. It's a little bit windy, so hopefully y'all can hear us okay. So this is Miss Darlene Terrell, and she lives here in Goldsboro, and we're going to talk to her for just a couple of minutes about butterflies and what she knows about them and what we can learn about them. All right, hi, how are you?
I am fine. So happy to be here. Thank you for
Hey.
inviting me.
Are you from Goldsboro?
I am not. We moved here because of the military. So we moved here from California, which was quite a big surprise to kind of Goldsboro, but I love it because I grew up in a small town.
Mm-hmm.
And so this reminds me a lot of that.
Nice. And how long have you been here?
Oh gosh, I've lived here longer than I have lived anywhere in the country, and we've moved a lot. So I've been here now about 15
Oh,
years.
nice. All right. And how did you get into butterflies? Were you a teacher?
Well,
Did you just like them?
well, I've always loved them. As a child, they're magical. They're just so pretty,
Mm-hmm.
but I hadn't ever been taught anything about them. They just were always there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we moved to Goldsboro, and I love flowers, so I was planting a lot of flowers, and I noticed these caterpillars that look like this on the flowers. And I thought, what is that? So then I started researching, and I got involved with some friends that raised them, found out they were monarch butterflies,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been doing it for the last 15 years, and I do it every summer.
That's awesome. So how do you raise butterflies? Like, what do you do?
Well, it's interesting, and there are so many different plants that you can plant that will give them nectar and food to eat, but there are only certain kinds that you plant that the butterflies lay their little eggs on, which are just tiny. They're kind of little white
Mm-hmm.
eggs, and for the monarch, it happens to be milkweed. And so you would have to plant different kinds of milkweed for them to lay their eggs on, and the monarch and the caterpillars then just grow and grow and grow, and then they form this little cocoon, and then in about 10 days you get this beautiful butterfly. So there are other things that you can plant in your garden too, like for swallowtails, the big beautiful one, they're yellow and some are blue, and they love to eat parsley and dill and fennel. And so you can plant all that stuff in your garden too, and then
Mm-hmm.
so that's how it all started.
Awesome. So, do you have a big garden at your house?
Well, people think I do, but I don't think so. But I do love plants. I live on an acre, and most of it is flowers.
Oh, beautiful. Awesome. What do you think is the most interesting thing about butterflies?
I think the most interesting thing is how they adapt. The monarch butterflies, they actually fly around 3,000 miles from our home here in North Carolina, where they overwinter in Mexico. And they go to these pine trees in a certain place every year, and they winter there. They kind of gather up together and huddle against the cold, and then they start back in March. They fly back into Texas, and then they eventually make their way up to us and all the way up to Canada. And then they do the whole process over again in the fall. They'll migrate
Wow,
back.
it's really cool. So you always think about like geese, maybe that you see flying south for the winter, but you never really think about bugs doing that. It's really cool.
It is, you're
Awesome.
right. And, we never knew. It really was only until recently, probably in the last 10 years, that we found out where they went. We didn't
Hmm.
know.
Hmm.
And there is a colony that if you live in California, they actually overwinter in Southern California, but the biggest group of them is in Mexico.
Mm. awesome.
And they have festivals that celebrate the coming of the monarch, and they usually come on the same day almost every year. They'll start flying
Wow.
in.
That's awesome. It's crazy how they know
I
exactly
know,
what
it
to
is
do.
amazing. Because they've never been there before.
Right. They just know exactly what to do. Well, is there anything else that you would like to tell us about butterflies or plants that we should try to plant in our garden? You said the milkweed is the monarch's favorite, and some of the herbs for the other kinds of butterflies. Do they like really bright colored flowers?
They do, and some of their favorite plants are zinnias, and you see them that they're very vivid pinks and purples and yellows and oranges, and they love asters and anything colorful that you can plant that will draw them, because they're so important. Not only do the bees pollinate so that we have fruit and vegetables, but the butterflies also pollinate, so they're so important to have. And unfortunately, due to lots of things, but insecticides and people farming and building housing developments, we're losing them, and so it's really a concern. And so I encourage, even if you can just do it a little bit at your house, every plant helps, and I would be happy if anyone is interested to help you set up a little garden or a butterfly habitat.
Oh, awesome.
And I hope to be able to come back and do that here.
Yeah. So we're out here in our garden at the Goldsboro Library. There's not too much growing here right now, here at the end of March, early April, but we will have lots of plants this summer. We usually do have a ton of zinnias in this garden in the summer, and if you are interested, keep a check back on our website and social media, because we will be having our annual garden program this summer, and hopefully Miss Darlene will come talk to us a little bit more then about plants and butterflies. All right, well, we thank you for coming and talking with us.
Thank you
so nice
so
to meet
much.
you.
Oh, it was wonderful to meet you. And I love coming to the library, and there's some wonderful books for children that would like to learn about the butterflies.
Yes.
So I encourage you to check them out.
Yes, we've just gotten a couple in about monarch butterflies specifically recently. So come see us and we'll help you learn all about them. Right, so we try to ask everyone this in our videos. So one more question before we let you go. What is your favorite book?
Well, my favorite book is called Hurry and the Monarch, and it's about a little turtle named Hurry, and he met a monarch, and they had this little adventure together. And that is by Antoinette Oflatha. I'm probably saying this wrong, but anyway. But there's several. The Flight of the Butterflies is a real nice one too that children would enjoy. So I like that. And then there's another one called Monarch Magic, and that's a fun book to read as well.
Awesome. Well, we'll have to look up all of our monarch books and put them out for y'all to come look at. All right, well, thank y'all for watching our video today, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.